So let's go. In the last class, we left from our slide number, math number 10. We'll revise the last class after the finishings of the new math. We will start from the math number 11 today. So this is our new slide. Today's problem is related to the addition, subtraction, and multiplications and divisions. Related to the number 11, there are 10 benches in a class. 5 students can be seated in each of the 6 benches, and 4 students can be seated in each of the remaining 4 benches. How many students can be seated altogether in 10 benches? It seems to me that your classroom in class 3 E-it, there are 10 benches. I say 5 students can be seated in each bench 6 benches. That means 6 benches in 6 benches. Every bench contains 5 students, and the last 4 benches, every bench contains 4 students. That means 5 students sit in 6 benches and 4 students sit in each of the remaining 4 benches. How many students can be seated altogether of the 10 benches? So at first you have to find out in 6 benches, if 5 students sit each bench, how many students can be seated in 6 benches. Then you have to calculate as a 4 students can be seated each bench, then remaining 4 benches, how many students can be seated. Then you have to add the 2 types of students, then you get the result, how many students can be seated altogether in 10 benches. So you can solve it by this in the solutions. You know that number of students can be seated in 6 benches, 6 multiplications 5 equal to 30 students, because we know that in 6 benches, 5 students can be seated in each bench. So we can find it how many students can be seated in 6 benches by the multiplications of 6 with the 5. So number of students is 30 students. In second condition, we have to find that the number of students can be seated in 4 benches. So we have to find it 4 into 4 equal to 16 students. So in the first condition, there will be 30 students. In the second condition, there will be 16 students. So total number of students can be seated in 10 benches is equal to 30 plus 16 equal to 46 students. So total number of students can be seated in 10 benches is equal to 46 students. So answer will be 46 students can be seated altogether in 10 benches. Do you understand? Okay, in the next problem, number 12, Shukumar gets taka 90 per month as a scholarship. You know, many students in our college get a scholarship. Here, Shukumar gets a scholarship per month 90 taka. He gave Rina taka 95 from his 12-month scholarship. How much money remain with him? Here said Shukumar get 90 taka per month, but he gave Rina 95 taka from his total 12-month scholarship. And how much money remain with him? So at first we have to find out how much money he get at a 12-month as a scholarship. So at first we have to find it in this way. At first you have to find the 12-month scholarship, then you have to subtract 95 taka from this because he gave it to Rina. Then you have you find the result, how much money remain with him. So solutions will be Sukumar get 90 taka per month as a scholarship. Total taka of his 12-month scholarship is equal 90 plus 90 multiplications 12 is equal to 1080 taka. Total 1080 taka he gets as a scholarship at 12 months. From this, he gave Rina Hassan 95 taka. So, he gave Rina 95 taka. So, money remain with him. So, you have to find it by 1080 taka 80 subtract 95. That means 95 subtract from 1080. Then we get the result 985 taka. So after giving, he remained 985 taka. So 985 taka remain with him when he gave Rina taka 95 from his 12-month scholarships. So the next problem, number 13. There are 74 lychees in a basket. A beautiful lychees. There are 70 lychees in another basket. The lychees of the two baskets are put together and distributed equally among 8 persons. How many lychees does each person get? In the lychees season, you know, you go in the market, uh, you, you saw 75 lychee in a basket, and another basket there is 70 lychee. Then the total lychee you collected togetherly in a one basket. Then you have to equally distribute it among the 8 persons. How many lychee does this person get? So at first you have to find out total number of lychee. Then you have to distribute it among the 8 persons. So you can solve it this math by this way. The solutions will be there are 74 and 70 lychee in 2 baskets. So total number of lychee is 74 plus 70 is equal to 144. 144 lychee in 2 baskets togetherly. You have to distribute it equally among 8 persons. So we find it by the division. So each person get 144 division 8 equal to 18 lychee. So every person get 18 lychees from him. So we can uh, solve it in this way. So the result will be each person get 18 lychee when distributed total lychee among the 8 persons. So the next problem, number 14. Tahmina bought a packet of 50 balloons. There is a beautiful number of balloons. He bought a packet of 50 balloons. From them, she kept 8 balloons for her. Remaining balloons were given equally among the 8 friends. How many balloons does Tahmina's his friend get? As for example, Tuhin invited his 8 friends at her birthday. He bought a packet of 50 balloons, then Tuhin kept 8 balloons for him. And the remaining balloon he equally distributed among his 8 friends. How many balloons does Tuhin's his friend gets? We have to find out. So at first, the number of 8 balloons we have to remain in Tahmina. You have to subtract from the total balloon. Then the number of balloon remaining you have to distribute it equally among 8 friends. So you have to divide it from the 8, then you get result. So we can find it in this way. The solutions will be, there are 50 balloons in a packet. Balloons remaining after keeping Tahmina. So 50 subtraction 8 equal to 42 balloons remaining him after keeping 8 balloons. Then the 42 balloons he equally distributed among his 8 friends. So his friend gets 42 division 8 equal to 5. So here there is a remainder 2. There is remainder 2 because this remainder 2 balloon does not distributed among the friend because you have equally distributed among the friend. So you equally distributed among the 8 friends. Every friend gets 5 balloon and remain you 2 balloons extra. So you have 8 balloons. You kept 8 balloons and extra 2 balloons. So Tahmina has 10 balloons, but his friend gets 5 balloons. So answer will be his friend gets 5 balloons. So next problem, number 15. Each of 30% gave Taka 80 as a subscriptions for flood victim. Do you know flood is running in Bangladesh at the moment? So we can collect subscriptions, uh, flood victims people. So each of 30%, every person gave 80 taka flood victims. The total money received was distributed among the 10 flood people, 10 flood victims. How many taka did each get? So at first, you have a clue. One person gave 80 taka as a subscription, but there is a 30 people. So you have to find out the total number of taka. So we can find it by the multiplications. Then the total taka you will have to distribute it among the 10 flood victim. Then you have to divide the total taka by 10. That means number of person. We can solve it in this way. The solution, each person gave 80 taka. So total money received from 30% is equal to 80 multiplications 30. So total taka will be 2,400 taka. The 2,400 taka you will have to distribute it among the 10 flood victims. So we can find it by the division. It was distributed among the 10 victims, flood victims. So each person get 2,400 division 10 equal to 240 taka. 240 taka. So every person, every flood victim person get 240 taka. So we can write the answer is person get 240 taka. So next problem is 16, number 16. The mother's present age is 3 times that of sons. At present, mother age is 45 years. What is the son's present age? There is a clue. Mother's present age 3 times that of the son. The age of the son, the mother's son is more than 3 times. So at present, mother age is 45 years. So what is the son present age? It is a simple divisions. We can solve it in this way that at present, mother age is 45 years. Son's present age is 45 division 3 is equal to 15 years. Simple because 3 times more, so we have to divide it total age by 3. Then we get the present age of the son. So the result will be present age of son is 15 years. So it is a simple solvation, simple math. We can solve it in this way. The next problem is number 17. Shuroma. Shuroma sold 6 dozen eggs at the rate of taka 90 per dozen. We know that 12 eggs is equal to the 1 dozen eggs. We know the 12, the amount of 12 is like say as a dozen. That means 6 dozen eggs as the rate of 90 taka per dozen. From what she got, he spent 85 in the market. The remaining amount she deposited in the bank. What amount she did deposit in the bank? You have to find out. So at first, you have to find out the total taka is sold 6 dozen eggs. We know 1 dozen is 90 taka. So 6 dozens it will be 90 multiplication 6. We can find out. From the total taka, he spent 85 in the market. So you have to subtract the 85 from the total taka. Then the remaining he deposit in the bank. Then you get result. So we can solve it in this way. The solution, the total price of 6 dozen egg is 90 multiplication 6. So total taka is 540 taka. From this, she spent 85 taka in his market. So you have to subtract the 85 from the total taka. So after spending remain 540 subtract 85 equal to 455 taka with him. This taka he deposited in the bank. So the remaining amount she deposited in the bank. So she deposit in the bank 455 taka. So the answer will be she deposited in the bank 455 taka. Easy calculations. And for last slide and last math in this chapter, the father present age is 4 times that of a girl. 4 years ago, the girl age was 6 years. What is the father present age? So there is a complicated because present age is father the 4 times of the girl, but the girl age was given 4 years ago. 4 years ago he was 6. So present age will be 6 plus 4, that means 10. But father present age the 4 times from the present age of the girl. So you have to multiply the 4 with the present age of the girl, then you can find out the father present age. So it is calculated in this way. Solution is the 4 years ago the girl age was 6 years. So the present age of the girl is 6 plus 4 equal to 10 years present age. Then the present age of father is 4 times more. So 10 multiplications 4, we get 40. So present age of father is 40. So we can write the answer. The present age of the father is 40 years old. So this chapter is and there is no math for solution in this chapter, but we remain some more time in my hand. So we will go the revisions, the last class math. Then we will go the question sections. So we let's go. This is the number 17. This is number 16. This is the number 14. This is number 13. This is number 12. This is number 11. This is number 10. This is the last class math. We revise it. It is the possible to keep 42 books in a shelf. Uh, Two such shelves are filled with books and there are 8 more books. How many books are there altogether? So you have to find out uh, the two shelves are togetherly how much books may be possible to keep. One is 42. So 42, one is 42. So two shelves is equal to, we have to find it by the multiplications by 2. Then there is another condition, there is 8 more books in the shelf. So we have to add the number of 8 books to the total books. Then we get the number of total books. Then we can find it. So the solution is that a shelf contains 42 books. Such two shelf contains 42 into 2 equal to 84 books. There are 8 more books, so total books remaining is equal 84 plus 8 is equal to 92 books. So answer will be togetherly the 92 books. There are together remain into shelves in our home. So the number 9. Number 9, Rohim's weight is 25 kg. Akash weight is 3 kg more than Rohim's weight. Ali's weight is 34 kg. What is the difference between Akash and Ali's weight? So there is a complicated math. Rohim's weight is 25 kg, but Akash weight is not given. So Akash weight is 3 kg more than Rohim. So we have to find the Akash weight from the Rohim. Then Ali's weight is given 34 kg. Then we have to find out the difference between them. So we can solve it in this way. The Rohim's weight is 25 kg. Akash weight is 25 plus 3 kg because Akash weight is 3 kg more than that of Rohim. So we get 28 kg. So Ali's weight is equal, we know that 34 kg. So the difference between the Akash and Ali's weight is 34 minus 28. So 6 kg. So the difference between Akash and Ali's weight is 6 kg. So the next problem is number 8. There were 83 mangoes in garden, but you have 83 mangoes. Reza took 6 mangoes from them and distributed the rest equally to his friend. For example, into his house, he bought 83 mango. From this, he left 6 mango for them, and other mango he equally distributed with his 7 friends. So how many did each of his friend gets? Simple math, you solve it in this steps of math. So we know that solutions will be in this way, that there were 83 mangoes. Mangoes remaining after taking 83 minus 6, so equal to 77 mangoes. This and then 77 mangoes you have to equally distribute it among the 7 friends. So each of the friends get 77 division 7 equal to 11 mangoes. So each friends gets 11 mangoes each. So we can find it out in this way. And the next solutions that the math is price of books and 3 pencils are 95 taka togetherly. The price of pencil is taka 20. What is the price of the books? So we can solve it in this way. We can find the price of books and 3 pencils togetherly 95. The price of pencil is taka 20. So we have to find the price of the books. So we know the price of pencils of 1 pencil is 20 taka. So we have to find out the 3 pencils price. So the price of pencil is 20 taka. So the price of 3 pencil is 20 multiplications 3 equal to 60 taka. So the price of books we have find out by the subtract total price of pencil from the price of one books and one three pencils. So 95 subtraction 60, we get 35 taka. So the price of books is 35 taka. This is the time of the question sections time. We will go question. Anyone get question? Anyone have a question? You asked me. Question obviously asked in English. There is no circulation. Question one by one, not togetherly.
Sir, আমার 12 নাম্বারটা দেখান।
I said questions one by one, and you have to ask in English. Must in English.
Sir, what is our homework?
No homework. You have to practice in your home this math again and again. Your problem is number 12.
15 number
12. Number 12. This is the number. This is number 12. This is number 12.
15 number একটু যাবেন।
Wait. You have to use English in English.
Sir, number 11 একটু দেখান। Sir, কোথায় যান?
I will show one by one. At first, I will show 11, then 12, then 13, 14, and then next. Wait. Who have problem in the number 11? You can see it and there are 10 benches in a class. 5 students can be seated in each the 6 benches. 4 students can be seated in each of the remaining 4 benches. How many students can be seated altogether in 10 benches? There is solutions. Number of students can be seated in 6 benches equal to 6 multiplications 5. We find out the 30 students. The number of students can be seated in 4 benches is equal to the 4 multiplications 4. We get students. So the total number of students can be seated in 10 benches is equal to 30 plus 16 into 46 students. So 46 students can be seated in 10 benches. And the number 12. I'll get.
Sir, go to the 15 number slide.
Wait. The number 12. This is the number 12. Who has problem in the number 12? You can see it. The Shukumar gets taka 90 per month as a scholarship. I gave Rina taka 95 from solutions of the month of scholarship. How much money remain with him? You can take, yes.
গতবার যে প্রশ্নে ভুল ছিল আমি বলেছিলাম স্যার যে একটা প্রশ্নে ভুল ছিল, সেখানে 5 পেন্সিলস এন্ড এক্সারসাইজ বুক সেটা আপনি 6 হবে স্যার। কাল ওই সময় কানেকশন চলে গিয়েছিল, তো তাই স্যার ওটা কি করেছিলেন সেই সময়?
There is no problem. There is no error because in your books there are 6 exercises, but I will write in the math 5, so I am correct. When there will be 6, you will use 6. You understand?
Yes sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, this is the number 13. Yes, ask me.
স্যার, আমি 2 দিন অ্যাবসেন্ট ছিলাম, তাই স্যার 1 থেকে 7 পর্যন্ত একটু দেখাবেন।
I will finish this sequence, then I will get here.
Okay, sir.
This is the number 13. There are 74 leases in a basket. There are 40 leases in another basket. The leases of the 2 baskets are put together and distributed equally among 8 persons. How many leases does this person get? We can solve it by in this way. Anyone have a problem in this section, you can copy it or save it. And I will go the next number 14. This is the number 14. Hamina bought 50 balloons from them. She kept balloons for her. and remaining balloons were given equally among 8 friends. How many balloons does Tahamina's his friend gets? So we can solve it in this way. There are 50 balloons. Balloons remaining after keeping 8. 50 subtraction 8 is equal to 42 balloons. So each friend gets 42 division 8, 5. But remainder 2. But here say you have to distribute it equally among them. So you do not get the last 2 balloon anyone. So every each friend gets 5 balloons each. The number 15. Who has problem number 15? This is the 15 number. You can copy it. You can solve it. Each of the 30% gave Taka 80 as a subscriptions for flood victim. The total money received was distributed equally among the 10 flood victims. How many Taka did each get? So there are one person gave 80 Taka as a subscriptions, but there is a 30%. So at first we have to find out the total Taka gave by the 30%. Then the total money received was distributed equally among 10 flood victims. We can find it by this way. The solution that each person gave 80 Taka. Total money received from the 30% is equal to 80 multiplications 30. So we get total Taka 2,400 Taka. It was distributed equally among the 10 flood victims. So we have to find out by the division processes. So 2,400 divisions 10. So every person gets 240 Taka. So each flood victim gets 240 Taka. Now I will go the next problem number 16. Anyone problem here, you can solve it in this way. It's a simple math. The mother's percentage is 3 times that of the son. At present, mother's age is 45 years. What is the son's percentage? So at present mother age is 45 years. So son present is, we have to find it by the division processes, but there is a condition. The present age of mother is 3 times than that of son. So we have to find it by the division processes. So the son present age will be 45 division 3. We get 15 years. So the present age of the son is 15 years. The next problem is number 17. This is the 17. Shuruma sold 6 dozen eggs at the rate of Taka 90 per dozen. From what she got, she spent Taka 85 in the market. The remaining amount she deposited in the bank. What amount did he deposit in the bank? So we have to find it by at first the total price of the 6 dozen eggs. So we know that the 90 Taka per dozen. So we have to find it the multiplication. So the total price of 6 dozen eggs is 90 into 6 into 540 Taka. After spending remaining, she spent 85 Taka in the market. So we have to subtract it. So after spending remain 540 subtract 85, so 455 Taka. This 455 Taka she deposited in the bank. And the last problem is number 18. 18 is here simple. The father percentage is 4 times than that of the girls. 4 years ago, the girl's age is 6 years. What is the father age? So 4 years ago, girl age was 6 years. So the percentage of girl is will be 6 plus 4 equal to 10. The percentage of father is 10 multiplication 4 is 40 years. So the percentage of father is 40 years. This is the today's class. We have less than 1 minute. So we will again in the next class.